How a billionaire's simple decision changed everything. Welcome to Wise Stories. Please do remember to subscribe, like and share this video. Billionaire Alex was once known as the genius behind one of the world's biggest and most successful tech companies. His sleek office building stood tall in the city skyline, a symbol of innovation and success. But recently, things were falling apart. The company's sales were dropping, customers were leaving for competitors, and profits were shrinking fast. Even inside the company, trouble was brewing. The usually bustling office felt heavy and silent. Workers sat at their desks, tired and frustrated. Their faces showed the weight of long hours and never-ending deadlines. Some whispered to each other about quitting, while others quietly pushed through their tasks, knowing they had no choice but to stay for their families. Despite the gloomy mood, Alex refused to sit back and watch his company collapse. He sat in his glass-walled office, looking over spreadsheets and financial reports that painted a grim picture. "We need to do something, and fast," one of his top advisors, Mark, said firmly during a meeting. "What do you suggest?" Alex asked, his eyes narrowing at the bleak numbers on the screen. "You need to cut costs," Mark said without hesitation. "Lay off employees, shut down unprofitable departments, and reduce spending immediately." Other advisors around the table nodded in agreement. Alex frowned and leaned back in his chair. "If we fire people, what happens to their families? Their livelihoods? We built this company together, I can't just throw them away when times are tough." "That's business, Alex," Mark responded bluntly. "If we don't cut costs now, the entire company could go under, and then everyone will lose their jobs." The room fell silent as Alex thought carefully about his next move. He knew Mark was right about the financial crisis, but the idea of firing loyal employees didn't sit well with him. These were the same workers who had stayed up all night developing products, debugging software, and ensuring the company thrived in its early days. Now that things were hard, Alex didn't want to betray that loyalty. Still, the problems were growing by the day. Employee morale was at an all-time low. In the break room, workers grumbled about unfair pay and back-to-back shifts. "They keep asking for more, but they don't pay us what we're worth," a tired engineer named Sarah complained to her coworker. "I know," her colleague Jason agreed, shaking his head. "I barely see my family anymore. It's like they don't even care about us." The tension was impossible to ignore. Departments were missing deadlines, projects were getting delayed, and the quality of products was starting to suffer. Customers complained online, and bad reviews began piling up. "If this keeps up, we'll be out of business within the year," Mark warned during another meeting. But Alex remained torn. He wasn't just the company's leader, he saw himself as part of a team that had grown together. He remembered how things had once been different, when the office was filled with excitement and creativity. People loved coming to work back then. Now it was just a place filled with stress and pressure. One evening, after another long day filled with meetings and grim discussions, Alex stood by the large window in his office, staring out at the city lights. The thought of failing his company haunted him, but the idea of abandoning the people who had built it haunted him even more. He knew a decision had to be made, and soon. Would he listen to his advisors and save the company by cutting costs? Or could he find another way to fix things without hurting the people who had stood by his side? The weight of the problem pressed on Alex's shoulders, and he realized this was one of the toughest moments of his life. Alex sat in his office, staring at the city below. His advisors had made it clear, cutting jobs was the best way to save his company. But deep down, Alex wasn't convinced. "How can I solve a problem without understanding what's really going on?" he thought. That's when he made a bold decision: he would talk directly to his workers. The next morning, Alex left his executive suite and walked to the main office floor. His sudden appearance surprised everyone. Employees whispered to each other, unsure why the billionaire CEO was among them. Some even glanced nervously at their computers, wondering if they had done something wrong. "Good morning, everyone," Alex said, breaking the silence with a warm smile. "I know things have been tough lately. I'm here to listen and learn how we can make things better together." At first, no one spoke. Workers exchanged hesitant glances. Finally, Sarah, a lead engineer, stepped forward. Honestly, Alex, we feel overworked and underappreciated, she said. The long hours are draining, and it feels like our voices don't matter anymore. Jason, another employee, nodded. Yeah, we used to love coming to work because we were part of something exciting. Now it's just stress and deadlines. Alex listened carefully. I understand, he said. But if you could change one thing to make your jobs better, what would it be? Better pay, Sarah answered without hesitation. We're giving everything we have, but it doesn't feel fair when our paychecks don't reflect that. Jason added, also, flexible hours would help. Some of us have families we barely see anymore. Other workers chimed in with their ideas: updated equipment to make tasks easier, clearer communication about company goals, and recognition for hard work. The room buzzed with energy as employees shared their thoughts. Alex nodded thoughtfully. These are great suggestions. Thank you for being honest with me. I promise to consider everything you've said. One worker, a quiet young developer named Lisa, spoke up timidly. It means a lot that you came down here to ask us, she said. We've been feeling like nobody cares. I care, Alex said firmly. I care about every person in this company. We built this together, and I'm not going to let you down. After spending hours talking with different teams and hearing their challenges, Alex returned to his office with a clearer understanding of what needed to change. He sat quietly, thinking about all the ideas the workers had shared. His advisors had told him that cutting jobs was the only way to save money, but now Alex believed differently. We don't need fewer employees, Alex thought. We need happier employees. The next day, Alex called a company-wide meeting. Workers filled the large conference hall, curious and anxious about what he was going to say. Some feared he was about to announce layoffs. Alex stood on the stage and took a deep breath. I've listened to all of you, he began. I know things have been hard, and I know some of you have felt unheard. That changes today. The room fell silent. Instead of cutting jobs, we're investing in you, Alex continued. Starting immediately, we're increasing salaries and improving working conditions. We'll offer flexible hours to help you balance work and family. And we'll update our equipment to make your jobs easier. Murmurs of surprise filled the room. Some workers looked at each other, stunned by the unexpected announcement. We're also setting up monthly meetings where you can share your ideas directly with me and the leadership team, Alex added. This company was built on innovation and teamwork. Your voices matter, and they always will. Applause broke out across the room. For the first time in months, the atmosphere felt hopeful. After the meeting, Sarah approached Alex. Thank you for listening to us, she said. It means a lot that you trust us to help turn things around. I've always trusted you, Alex replied with a smile. I just needed to show it better. As the employees returned to their desks, the energy in the office had completely shifted. The workers felt motivated and ready to give their best, knowing they were valued and heard. Alex knew it wouldn't be easy, but he believed in his team. He had made a simple but bold decision, one that would change everything for the better. When Alex announced his decision to invest in the employees instead of cutting jobs, not everyone believed it was the right move. Some of his advisors were openly skeptical. Alex, I'm just being honest, Mark, his top advisor, warned during a private meeting. Increasing salaries and upgrading equipment is going to cost a lot of money. What if it doesn't pay off? I understand the risks, Alex said calmly. But I believe happy and motivated employees will deliver better results. We have to give this a chance. Despite Mark's concerns, Alex moved forward with his plan. As promised, workers received better pay, flexible schedules, and improved working conditions. New computers and tools were installed, making tasks smoother and faster. At first, things didn't change overnight. Some employees doubted it would make a difference. Sure, they're paying us more, Jason said to Sarah during a coffee break. But can we really turn this company around just by feeling better about work? I don't know, Sarah replied thoughtfully, sipping her coffee. But I do know I'm more motivated to give it my best. Maybe that's all we need. Slowly, morale in the office began to shift. Workers who once dragged themselves to work now arrived energized and focused. The flexible hours allowed people to better manage their personal lives, which reduced stress. Teams started brainstorming together more frequently, coming up with creative ideas to improve products and services. One day, during a team meeting, Lisa, the young developer, nervously raised her hand. I've been thinking about a new feature we could add to our app, she said. It would make it easier for users to customize their settings and could set us apart from competitors. That's a great idea. Sarah encouraged. Let's build on that and present it to Alex. The energy in the room was contagious. Soon, more employees were pitching ideas and collaborating to bring them to life. Sarah and Lisa's feature became one of the company's most popular updates, leading to a surge in positive customer feedback. Word spread quickly that the company was back on track. Customers who had once left for competitors were returning, excited about the innovative changes. Online reviews shifted from complaints to praise. Sales, which had been stagnant for months, started climbing steadily. Mark, still cautious but curious, approached Alex one afternoon. I have to admit, I didn't think this would work, he said. But it looks like your decision is paying off. It's because of the employees, Alex said with a smile. They've always had the talent and ideas. They just needed the support to unlock their potential. As the company grew stronger, other businesses took notice. Reporters wrote stories about how Alex had turned things around by investing in his employees instead of cutting costs. This was risky, one journalist said during an interview with Alex. What made you believe it would work? It was simple, Alex explained. When you treat people with respect and value their contributions, they do their best work. That's what made the difference. Back in the office, employees celebrated their success. The once gloomy atmosphere had transformed into one filled with excitement and pride. Workers high-fived each other and shared stories of how their new ideas were making a difference. You really pulled us through, Alex, Sarah said during the celebration. No, Alex replied, smiling warmly. We pulled through together. The company's turnaround became a story of hope and inspiration. Alex's bold decision had shocked many, but it proved that trusting and supporting employees could lead to incredible results. His company was not only profitable again, it had become a place where people wanted to work and thrive. And that, Alex knew, was the true success. Alex stood by the large windows of his office, watching his employees move with energy and purpose below. The once gloomy atmosphere was now alive with positivity and collaboration. His decision to invest in his team rather than lay off workers had not only saved the company but made it stronger than ever. The company had become a model of success, and others were taking notice. A few weeks after the turnaround, a business magazine published an article titled, "The CEO Who Changed Everything by Listening to His Workers." The story praised Alex's leadership and highlighted how treating employees well had boosted productivity and innovation. Soon, other CEOs were reaching out to learn how they could apply similar changes in their own companies. During one meeting, Mark, Alex's once cautious advisor, admitted, I have to hand it to you, Alex. I didn't believe this would work, but you proved me wrong. You've built something incredible here. I couldn't have done it alone, Alex responded humbly. Our employees made this possible. All I did was listen. As word of the company's success spread, Alex was invited to speak at a business conference. Standing before a packed audience of industry leaders, he shared his journey. Many people think business success is all about numbers, Alex began. But numbers follow people. If you don't invest in your people, you can't expect your business to thrive. The audience listened intently as Alex described how empowering employees and fostering a culture of respect and collaboration had changed everything. It wasn't just about pay raises or new equipment, he continued. It was about trust, trusting that the people who build the company every day know how to make it better. After the speech, several CEOs approached Alex to express their admiration. Your story is inspiring, one of them said. I never thought focusing on employees could have such a huge impact. It's simple, Alex replied. When you treat people like they matter, they'll give you their best. It's not just good business, it's the right thing to do. Back at the office, the culture shift was evident in everyday moments. Teams worked together effortlessly, sharing ideas and supporting one another. Employees felt valued and heard, and that sense of ownership drove them to achieve even greater results. In a monthly team meeting, Sarah, the lead engineer, spoke up. I just wanted to say thank you, Alex. You believed in us when others didn't. It's rare to have a leader who truly listens. It goes both ways, Sarah, Alex replied with a smile. You all believed in this company enough to give your best even when times were tough. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Jason chimed in, honestly, I never thought things could change like this. I used to dread coming to work, but now I look forward to it. Laughter filled the room, and the team shared stories of how the positive changes had affected not just their work but their personal lives as well. Employees had more time for their families, less stress, and renewed pride in their jobs. Lisa, the once shy developer whose idea had led to one of the company's most popular products, shared her thoughts too. This company has grown so much because we're all working together now, she said. It feels like we're building something meaningful. Alex nodded. That's the goal. And we're just getting started. The lessons from Alex's journey extended far beyond the walls of his company. Competitors who once saw his business as a rival now viewed it as a source of inspiration. Other companies began adopting similar approaches, focusing on employee well-being and teamwork to drive success. One day, Alex received a letter from a small business owner who had read about his story. The letter said, "Thank you for sharing your experience. I was struggling with how to lead my own team, but your journey inspired me to listen to my employees and trust them. Things are already getting better, and I owe that to your example." Reading the letter, Alex felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He knew that his decision had not just changed his company, it had sparked a movement. As the months passed, Alex's company continued to grow, not just in profits but in reputation as a leader in innovation and employee happiness. The simple decision to listen and care had proven to be one of the most powerful choices he had ever made. And through it all, Alex remained true to the lesson he had learned: success wasn't just about numbers. It was about people. Because when people thrive, businesses do too.